good, you guys? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Vince.
I'm Shoshana.
And we are The Perfect Mix. And we are watching HACKSAW RIDGE today, y'all. Finally watching HACKSAW RIDGE. I know it's been on the polls for a while, but it finally won the polls over on our Patreon.
I honestly have super high expectations for this movie because firstly, so many people strongly recommended it. And so far, all the movies that have been recommended and that we've seen have been A1.
All right, y'all. Without further ado,
let's get into it. Oh God, it's a true story. Tears are probably gonna come out.
Damn. You know, I almost forget that they had flamethrowers like that back in the day.
Yeah. Wow.
Saved you hard. Don't quit it. You quit it.
That's stunning.
Why stop and save me whipping them both? This way I just whip the one that wins.
Tom.
Is he thinking about Cain and Abel?
Desmond! Tom, stop.
Murder, it's the worst sin of all. And to take another man's life, that is the most egregious sin in the Lord's sight. Your daddy denied that ain't the real him. I wish you knew him like I did before the war.
Oh.
And it's crazy. More than ever now, I can understand like how a man can come back from the war and be like destroyed. Like after seeing all we've seen with the band,
right?
Like you saw how he was at the graveyard with like how he was drinking. He just was like, I wish I was with y'all. Like. Oh my God. That shit fell on his leg. Fuck.
Cool.
That's really good to know, y'all. If you didn't know that, like, you know, if a person is losing a lot of blood like that, if you have anything that you can use to tourniquet it and like tie it, make it tight around the wound,
What do you got?
you can stop the person from
It's a severed artery.
bleeding out for
Put some
real.
pressure on it. You staying with us?
But do you notice how he saved his life with that brick that he almost killed him with?
Oh, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like that's very symbolic.
Right.
My man's in love.
Where are you going looking all spruced and nice?
Oh, that's his brother.
Met someone yesterday. Nurse over at the hospital. Her name's Dorothy Schutte. I'm gonna marry her.
Goodness, does she know that?
Well, not yet. She's about to. Good. Came to get mine back.
You what?
My blood. I need it back.
Well, it don't work like that. We can't just give it back to you.
Well, you got to. Ever since you stuck me with that needle, my heart's been beating real fast. Every time I think about you, it beats faster still.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you'd mind.
You didn't ask.
I thought you might have liked it.
Well, I might have if you'd asked.
Oh, that must be so hard for the father to see.
Why didn't you say nothing to us?
Because he would have tried and talked me out of it, and I know what I'm doing is right.
What about his commandment?
It's not killing in a war. It's protecting loads of boys from our church are going. There's a war, and they need men. And working in a paper mill ain't gonna save this country.
Get out of my sight.
Oh.
Hold on. You ain't gonna slap me, are you? Cause I'll fall off. I'm gonna take you with me.
Kiss me and find out.
I have to enlist.
He too?
I can't stay here while all them go fight for me.
Yes, you can.
Dorothy,
you can stay here.
I have to. I won't be a medic. I figure I'll be saving people, not killing them.
So are you gonna ask me to marry you or what?
Well, I'm asking you. With all my heart and then some. You marry me?
Then yes. Yes, I will.
Daddy, I signed up already. I'm gonna be a medic. That's gonna be my way to service.
See, there you go, thinking it all out. But you figure this war is just going to fit in with you? Your ideas?
That bus.
Oh,
I don't know his name off the top of my head, but I know who he is.
I think it's Vince Vaughn.
I don't think I've ever seen him in serious movies though.
Right. He's like a funny guy.
Yeah.
I think it's Vince Vaughn. I'm not sure though.
How long have you been dead, son?
Sir?
I am not sir! I am Sergeant Howell or Sarge!
So
Sir, you say for useless people! The name is Ghoul, you say?
Walker! Sergeant!
Ghoul.
It is!
Yes, Sergeant!
He does kind of look dead.
I have a knife in my foot, Sergeant.
Oh, yes. Of course. That's it, the knife. What is your name, soldier?
Spitty Riker.
No. Your name is Private Idiot. Do you know why?
Because I have a knife in my foot.
Who placed the knife there, Private?
It was an accident, Sergeant. We was playing stretch.
Let me see your Indian war cry, son! I don't... What is your animal
trolling everyone.
Are you a garter snake?
Desmond Dawes.
I have seen stalks of corn with better physiques. Makes me want to pull an ear off, Private. Can you carry your weight?
Yes, Sergeant.
Should be easy for you then. Corporal. Sergeant. Make sure you keep this man away from strong winds. Yes, Sergeant. Move it!
All right, just get in my uniform, Sergeant.
Should I ask him too, Corporal?
No memory of it, Sarge.
I believe any man who takes such pride in his natural naked state will surely enjoy the brisk of the outdoors.
Oh my God!
Move it! You son of an exhibitionist! What do we got here, Doss? One for each titty. You were tying a bowline, Don, not building a bra.
He from the mountains in Virginia. That boy know what he doing.
This is his prime. If he still wins, yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I just thought about something though. He didn't even have to do all that. That man didn't he cut his foot? He had a whole knife in his foot. He was running like that. That's unreal.
No problem, just a mistake. It's, I told the Army when I joined up.
It's not possible. Do you know why it's not possible, Private?
No, sir.
Because the United States Army does not make mistakes. So if there's a problem, you must be that problem.
I was just never supposed to be sent to a rifle company.
He's a
SEAL.
medic. I thought that's what he signed up for.
But they still have to protect themselves.
So I will expect everyone in this company to give Private Doss the full measure of respect he is due for the short time he will be with us.
Because remember he said he's discharging him.
So how come you don't fight? You think you're better than us?
No.
But what if you was attacked? Whoa! Say it like that. Yeah, see, I don't think this is a question of religion, fellas. I think this is cowardice. This is a fine-looking broad.
Nice.
Hey, pass it around. Now, this would be the kind of broad that deserves a real man.
Please give it back, Smitty.
Oh,
But I understand that God talks to you.
they really think he crazy.
Sir, I'm not a crazy
Right, like.
Hey, knock it off! Try to sleep here! Get off me! Okay, get off!
Oh.
Why the hell are you still here?
Where's Doss? This isn't good for anybody.
Sure ain't what I joined up for.
It's not about what you joined up for. It's about the lives of every man in here. And yours, son. It's okay, Doss. There's no shame in this. Let's go.
I got extra guard duty today, and I'm on KP this morning, so... Can't.
Are you saying that you don't know who attacked you?
I never said I was attacked, Sarge.
Well, what the hell are you saying, Doss? You bruised half your body sleeping?
I sleep pretty hard.
Damn, now they see how loyal he is. He didn't snitch on anyone.
I won't touch a rifle, sir.
I'm not asking you, Private! That is a direct order from a company commander!
For God's sake, Doss. You stop this nonsense and quit.
Refuse, and I will have no recourse but to court-martial you. And you will spend the duration of the war in a military prison.
Sometimes men just get cold feet.
Some men might. Not my Desmond.
They sent him to military prison. Oh my God.
I believe in this book as much as any man. And just like any man, I wrestle with my conscience, but what do you do when everything you value in this world is under attack?
I don't know, sir. I ain't got answers to questions that big. But I also feel like my values are under attack. And I don't know why.
If I can't convince you, maybe she can.
They wouldn't let me call you.
I knew it wasn't your making. And why can't you just pick up the stupid gun and wave it around? You don't have to use it, just meet them halfway.
Right, I was thinking the compromise.
Yes, you can. It's just pride. Pride and stubbornness. Don't confuse your will with the Lord's.
Right.
But I don't know how I'm gonna live with myself if I don't stay true to what I believe. Much less how you could live with me.
Do not think for one moment that you'll disappoint me.
Yeah, he's in a tough situation.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's gone so far now. Like, you know, it feels like if he do what they want, he gonna be seen as a coward. He still might even go to jail or whatever. But, oh my God. Jesus. Oh. Dang, he came through.
And he put the uniform. Wow, that must have been really hard for him to come here.
Yeah, but he loved his son. He loved him.
Yeah.
He loved
May I
him.
help you, sir?
Why is it so important to you, given your refusal to even touch a weapon to serve in a combat unit?
Because when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, I took it personal. Everyone I knew was on fire to join up, including me. There were 2 men in my hometown. Declared 4F unfit. They killed themselves because they couldn't serve.
4F, that's what it was, 4F.
It isn't right that other men should fight and die, that I would just be sitting at home safe. I need to serve. I got the energy and the passion to serve as a medic. Right in the middle with the other guys, no less danger, just while everybody else is taking life, I'm gonna be saving it. With the world so set on tearing itself apart, it doesn't seem like such a bad thing to me to want to put a little bit of it back together.
I take it you are the private's father?
I am, sir. Thomas Doss.
Then, as a former military man, you know there are laws here.
Sir, I know the law, and I know my son is protected by those laws. They're framed in our Constitution. And I believe in them as he does. They're why I went and fought to protect them.
At least that is what I thought I was doing, because if it wasn't for that, then I have no idea what the hell I was doing there, sir.
That meant a lot to him. That had to.
Yeah, like his father
The
coming
defendant's
through.
rights as a conscientious. Private Doss, you are free to run into the hellfire of battle without a single weapon to protect yourself. You may resume your duties and begin training as a combat medic.
Oh, so they got married because he had a wedding ring.
Yeah, I didn't know that too. Now I think about it.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us along in this journey. Don't forget to check out our Patreon down in the description to see the full episodes.
It's almost like they the replacements.
96. What's left of them? These are the guys we're replacing.
Replacements. Yep.
You and me and Paige here. About the only medics we got left in this area, so I guess we're gonna be working together.
You just come off the line?
Hacksaw. We climbed up 6 times. 6 times they threw us off. Last time there wasn't anything left of the 96.
Jesus.
The Jabs deliberately target the wounded. Lose all your Red Cross markings. Nips put a premium on shooting medics. The White's a bullseye.
Jesus.
Here, I got you a new helmet. One size fits all.
Oh, wow.
That's what they saying. They kind of clear it up a little bit so they can soften it up. So once they get up there, it ain't so bad.
They need to climb.
That's unreal though. I couldn't imagine making that climb. Oh my god. '96 been through it. And then what if somebody falls? Like somebody falls, they're taking other people with them.
Oh yeah.
Did this really happen in real life that people climb something like this? This is unreal. Like they're fighting on the Jap. They fighting the Japs.
Right.
Like so that's what the Pacific gonna be about, I think.
Oh yes,
They're
yes,
fighting
you're right.
the Japanese.
You're right.
That's why they said it was a lot dirtier. Or at least the Pacific is a lot dirtier. And you know the only reason they ain't even getting people shooting at them is because the Japs are recovering right now from that artillery that the battleships just shot off. Jesus Lord. No, sir. No, sir.
What?
Where the hell are they? I can't see nothing!
Beats me, pal!
Where the fuck?
Oh! Oh my god, he's using that as a shield.
God, no.
Ooh!
Whoa. Babe, is that wasn't it? You know he remind me of Spears.
Oh yeah.
Babe, he's just running and gunning. Oh! Who is that?
That's Desmond!
No, is this?
Yes!
Oh!
He just saved Desmond's life! Oh!
Hey! Give him a shot of morphine and move on. He's not gonna last a day.
Please, Doss, no, don't leave me.
Said that right in front of him like that, though.
I got kids.
Jesus
He just said
Lord.
I got kids.
Please don't leave me. I ain't going anywhere. I'm gonna get you home.
A priority. You ever heard of triage? He'll be dead before we get him down.
You don't know that.
Babe, that is so bizarre to think that they're trying to like, and it's crazy because I get what he's saying, but also like, you never know, he could survive. Like,
I know, but there's so much wounded.
I know. That's a crazy decision to make, babe. Oh, that's a hard decision to make. Oh my god. Baby, if he didn't go out there to help him, Desmond would have got shot.
They didn't have a transition. They went from nothing replacements to crazy. But
that's how it is. This is everybody that doesn't see combat. This is you get put straight into the. That's why what happened in '96 is like the worst, because they had to get the full fledged of their defense before they got weakened down or even a little bit. Right now they doing a damn good job though. They doing a good job. They pushing forward, doing everything that you should do. Oh boy, here he go. That man is different. Out of that thing.
Oh, they're just even going with hands at this point.
Hey, what a scene!
Yeah.
Okay, what's your name?
Andy.
Andy what?
Andy Walker.
Also known as?
Go.
See, make sure he's not concussed.
Right.
In war, fathers bury their sons.
You want to stop spouting that crap, huh? And don't help none.
Yeah. Yeah, you got that right.
Should we find a hole and dig in?
Sound good to me.
Put your helmet on.
Oh, I love that guy. What they call him? Idiot? Private Idiot. I love him.
This has gotta be some. Oh my god. For a second, they almost got me, boy. I thought for a second, I was like, ain't no way.
My daddy's a drunk. He fought it for years, but it kind of got a hold of him hard and made him mean.
At least you knew him. Mine could have been any one of 10 guys. None of them are worth a damn, so.
So your mama raised you?
I knew her, but she gave me to an orphanage when I was 5. Never saw her again. I learned how to hate quick. Learned how to judge people quicker, and I got you very wrong.
My daddy used to beat me and my brother just because the sun rose and then whip us just because it set. I could take that. But when he would do it to our mama,
But you didn't kill him.
in my heart I did. So that's when I made my promise to God. I ain't never gonna touch a gun again.
So that's when he made his promise.
Well, I ain't giving you mine because you're crazy.
They forcing them back.
Look how many people. Yeah, they're taking it right back.
Longer. I called artillery strike. Fall back. Move.
Oh, they're getting the artillery strike coming.
Get out of here, kid! Come here, son!
Don't need plasma. Give it to him. Over there. I'll be okay. Go. Go. Reach!
That's the other medic.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. See you soon.
Babe, oh my god. Ooh.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Help me get him down! Help me get him down! Yeah.
That's right, they gotta get down the road.
Come on, let's move! Come on!
Can't help him, buddy. He's gone.
What is it you want of me? I don't understand. I can't hear you.
Isn't it crazy? They now seeing what 96 went through. That's probably exactly what happened to them. They probably got far too, and then got pushed right back down. He said they don't give up.
Well, he's checking for anyone that still has a pulse.
Even with all that artillery and fire going around him.
Harry.
I keep forgetting that this goddamn rope and how's he gonna get them down? Remember he learned in training how to do a knot?
Oh yeah, the boob one.
Oh my god. It's like,
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
babe, what?
Oh, he's only lowering him.
He's lowering him.
We just lost our cover.
The artillery was giving him cover so that he could go.
Because the smoke and everything.
Hello. Help me. You're gonna have to trust me. Take a breath. Let's go, buddy. Let's go.
Jack, you don't know if your men up there are dead or alive. 3 battalions got wiped out today.
Jesus.
It'll take more than a day to get men in here.
I need him faster than that.
Oh, that's one of the places where they came from. Oh, he's bandaging him.
Babe, how does he have any energy to do that?
At this
He
point,
has
he's
no
on
food.
adrenaline.
And he's doing it on a rope. His hands, though, like, too. You know how those nasty ropes, like, have you ever held one of those?
Oh, yeah.
Like, the rope burn, you gonna get their heavy bodies he's letting down like that. Babe.
Wow.
This don't even make sense how he's doing this right now. Like, he's carefully bringing them down.
Yeah. Wow.
Some nuts up there dragging wounded from the top. Even lowered a couple of Japs. They didn't make it. I'll be back with you directly.
He lowered some jumps.
All set. Move out.
Get in here. There's nips everywhere.
Oh, that guy's still alive. Yeah, you realize it's morning time now. He's still been
He's been doing it.
He's carrying people on his back. He's letting them down slowly and carefully, going back out into danger again, doing it again, and he's done it multiple times, even lower jabs.
It's good to see you, kid.
God bless you.
How'd you get down, son?
Doss. Hal slept there.
What, Alan Doss did this?
No, it's just Doss.
Just Doss?
Just Doss.
Yeah. Doss the coward.
Chills.
Yeah. It's a sniper. Can't get up there. Ooh, that army crawl came in handy there. Oof.
You're like gum on a shoe, ain't you?
Give me this.
It's a bit late for target practice now, don't you think?
There's no way that's gonna work.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
You gotta be kidding me. There is no way.
That man is a hero. I'm building it, bro. Go, go, go!
Oh! You gotta be kidding me. He did not just jump over with a whole nother person with him too. Oh, he brought down.
We got him. It's good.
Oh my god. Nothing but a hero.
Are you wounded?
His hands.
No. Let's get this soldier to a hospital then, right now. Come on, easy now. Easy, easy.
All the people he saved.
Where's Irv? Irv? Give me check to their medic? Yeah. He didn't make it. He died of shock. No plasma. Sorry.
Remember he told him to give the plasma to the other dude? Selfish. That's...
You've done more than any other man could have done in the service of his country. And I've never been more wrong about someone in my life. I hope one day you can forgive me. And what you did on that ridge is nothing short of a miracle.
Oops.
And they want a piece of it. And they're not gonna go up there without you.
What the hell is your delay, Captain? You're supposed to begin that assault 10 minutes ago.
We're waiting, sir.
Waiting for what?
Private Doss to finish praying for us, sir.
Private Doss is praying for you. Who the hell is Private Doss?
That is so beautiful.
Let's go to work.
Let's go. Woo! You gotta understand, like, the confidence that they finna go in now. Feeling like God is on their side. You know what I mean? Like...
Sealed the deal over there.
Yep. And you know Doss could have gave... Doss could have gave him that information of where that was.
Yes!
Because that's all they needed to do was just get that underground. Because that's where most of them were hiding. That's how they were, like, fighting. That's why they was, you know, not
They
getting
surrender.
hit. Yep.
His Bible.
He said they taking Hacksaw. He told Dad.
Oh, look how genius. $75 men? For Courage Under Fire.
That's her.
Oh, that's Dorothy. Oh my goodness, I'm at a loss for words.
What a movie, y'all. I mean, from just everything, how this story came together, from his story just of not wanting to be a part of the violence like that and just wanting to save lives and like...
And sticking to his beliefs.
And sticking to his belief, y'all.
Wow.
Like...
That's a true hero. He carried 75 wounded men.
I don't even think the movie could do him justice.
Yeah.
For that. 75? 74? 70? It was 70.
75, I believe.
That doesn't even make... That's unreal.
Wow, that is the most courageous hero.
All under not wanting to kill anyone else. And he even did say he tried to save Japs too.
Oh yeah, he even sent some down. Wow, that was so beautiful and touching, and I just felt powerful. You know what I mean? When they went up that second time to retake Hacksaw, that was like, you saw that power, that like faith again on their face. You saw it, like, all from this man. He saved 75 men, and then he kept going and kept going. That was so beautiful. Wow.
That's
gotta be one of my top 10.
Wow.
Hands down.
That was a beautiful movie.
Hands down.
That was a beautiful movie and such a different perspective of war. Wow. And like, this was combat, but it was also like the lightness of him saving people, but not also just saving his own people, but also saving the Japs as well. Like, it was just showing his character as a person, like, and how much he just viewed everybody he just viewed us all as human beings. And wow.
Yeah, those combat scenes were unreal.
Yeah, like, good to see like a different, like a good perspective from a modern technology, modern film.
Oh yeah, you see how that played out.
Like, even with the flamethrower scenes, like the camera angles that they had for it just coming out. Like, even those shot from the bunker, down under, like they had the flamethrower come through like that for the camera work. The scene where all of the people were fighting, remember they were all punching each other, knifing each other. Like, that was a beautiful scene. Like, the film work on this was amazing. Phenomenal work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Desmond Doss, a true war hero.
Y'all.
Wow.
About I would love to know like how they help soldiers and things of that nature. Like, when they come back, and the veterans when they come back with PTSD and things of that nature, because that is horrible. Like, I couldn't imagine, going through that, coming back home, and then trying to unwind all that happened, and then try to like live amongst society, and then
when
exactly when you seen hell itself. You know what I mean? And it's like, my heart hurts for him, and in his family. Because it not only hurts him, but it hurts his family as well. They are affected just as, now by his return. And it was so hard to hear her say, like, I wish you knew him before he left.
And he said, and like, in his heart, he died. Like,
that was because that hurt me. I was like, man, because he felt like he killed him that day. Even though he didn't pull the trigger, he felt like he killed his father that day. That whole thing was crazy.
Yeah, that was unreal. And again, if we weren't, talking to like much during the movie, like, it's just, our reaction is just utter awe. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to say. Like, it's literally, you're just like, it's unreal, like what we were saying.
Was hard. Like, it wasn't really moments to talk because it was just like, it was. To be honest, there was, outside of the beginning of the story of the movie, which there was dialogue. Outside of that, after they got to that hacksaw, there was no dialogue. It was straight action. The only other dialogue that we had was the time when he talked to I don't want to call him a private idiot, but what was his name?
I think Smitty or something.
When he was talking to Smitty, and they kind of had a chance to gotta like, talk to each other and have a good conversation just about like, just basically, opening up to each other. Like, hey, like, I was an orphan. Like, my mom basically just sent me to an orphanage, and ever since then, I basically judged everybody, off initially meeting him because that's just how he had to. That's how he had to be. It had to be like that for him. And he was like, I completely got it wrong about you, right? And then even with Das, just being able to open up about the situation with his father and how he felt about that whole situation and why he wouldn't shoot a gun again, right? And that was a very beautiful scene. But that was honestly like the last time we really had any legitimate dialogue. So, but. Guys, thank you for requesting this beautiful movie, Hacksaw Ridge. I'm
10 out of 10.
Happy to have said I've seen it. Now I know.
And I'm happy to recommend it.
Yeah, I'd love to recommend this to people or just anyone, honestly, because it's a great movie. It's just a great movie. Guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification button so you know when our next video drops.
Check out the Patreon in the description below.
Mm-hmm.
Any support is greatly, greatly appreciated.
Yes. All right, y'all. Peace.